Hey guys, today I'm doing part 2 on my HP Envy laptop gameplay performance. The model number of my laptop is M6-N010DX. So I'm going to be playing a couple of first-person shooter games, online multiplayer games. I'm just going to be playing 3 of them. I'll have like a quick 3-minute gameplay of each, or up to 3 minutes. I don't want to make it too long, just to show you what it's like. Now the first game we have here is Team Fortress 2. I have the settings set to low, and it's being played at 720p instead of 1366 by 768, the native resolution. You still get a full screen though. Let me just clarify that. And I also wanted to mention that I'm playing this, Counter-Strike 2, and Combat Arms. And then I guess I'll add the Battlefield 4 gameplay that I had. It was just a really messy gameplay. I wouldn't even call it a gameplay. It was just me just running around in the training track or whatever, because I was having some trouble with the multiplayer, like getting online and stuff. But yeah, for the other things for this game, as well as Counter-Strike Go, I was having some trouble. Not really trouble, but I lost a lot of my files. Like, I had some gameplay files that were like a little better than this. Like, instead of just being a heavy right here, I had one that I ran faster in, and to give a better overall like look to it, so you can like determine like how smooth it is overall if you're that shotgunner who runs really fast or mechanic and whatnot. But unfortunately, the other stuff didn't record, so I ended up I'm using fraps right now. So games will look a little smoother than they are by like 1 to 5 frames, maybe a little more. Actually, it is a little more with the other games, but originally I got around 45 to 55 frames on this game, so pretty smooth overall. You can probably ramp up the graphics a little bit if you want, if you're okay with sticking around 30 frames. Yeah, I didn't try going any higher, but you can if you want to. I like this game overall. It's pretty fun, and best of all, it's free on Steam, so why not check it out?
We have taken the enemy intelligence.
The next game we have here is Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Now, I guess I can't find the notes for this game either. I tried looking through it, and I just can't find it. Like with Team Fortress 2, I wasn't able to find some notes. Like, I had some little notes I left on the frame rates and everything, the most frames I got out and the lowest frames, and I just can't find it for some reason. Sure, you could say I could try playing it again on my laptop and stuff, but my laptop right now is causing me a lot of problems. Like, it keeps shutting down automatically and stuff like that, so I have to try to figure that out. It's such a pain. So I was just like, you know what, screw it, I'll just leave it as is. And yeah, this is the best gameplay I could find too, out of whatever there was, because again, the other software didn't record. And like I said, this is fraps, and fraps, the frame rate actually dropped a little more than 5 frames at a lot of points. Now, the usual frame rate, if I'm not wrong, I think the lowest I saw on this was around 26 frames, and then the highest I got was around 70, which is pretty good, but that's a huge, big margin. That's not, the average was more so around like 30-ish frames, I would say. Like, I would say more so like 35 to 45, maybe even in the 50s at certain points. Occasionally, it can get to 50s if I'm not wrong. And this is at the lowest settings. Everything was set to low or very low. And yeah, I mean, it's you can probably try to raise the graphics a little bit, set it to even medium if you want, like if you can, if it's possible. And by the way, if you're wondering, if some of you are thinking, I did update the drivers and everything on this laptop. Overall, this is a pretty good game. It's for $15 on Steam right now, but it usually goes on sale for $7-8, maybe even lower, on the holiday season or whenever the Steam sale is, so I'd wait until then. The third game is called Combat Arms. This is also a free first-person shooter game like Team Fortress 2, but there's a little more variety in this. You have different modes to play with, like right now this is called Quarantine Mode, where there are 2-3 random people who become infected, and you have to try infecting other people, or you have to try to be the guy that survives. If the zombie hits you with its claws or hands, then you also become a zombie, and you have to try to get everyone else to be a zombie in the room. Otherwise, for that round, they win. And the graphics are set to low right now. I have the notes right here. This game probably played the smoothest out of all of them. I usually got around 65 to 80 frames, and occasionally it went at somewhere over 100 sometimes. The highest I saw was 132, and that's pretty impressive if you ask me. Though what you're seeing right now with the recording is around 25 to 32 frames. And this game isn't made by Steam, it's actually made by a company called Nexon, if you're wondering.
Enemy down! Enemy down! Good job! Roger that! Enemy down!
Now, changing the setting to mid or medium, I still got around 50 to 60 frames, and that's still pretty good. Now, of course, when I'm recording, you still see the same thing as last time, 25 to 30 frames-ish, a little lower. But yeah, that's just how it is. And the lowest I saw it at was 46 for this. And by the way, at the lowest point, it's really only when you have like a chemical gas or fog that you're like running into or something like that. That's when like the frame rate really drops. Now it's set to high at this point, or the highest I can go, I think. And I still got around 50 frames on average. I'm pretty surprised. It's then again, there aren't really that many improvements. And it really did kind of fluctuate a lot with the frame rates, because the lowest I saw was like 41, and then it went as high as around 70 something. I guess it won't fluctuate if you're a camper or if you're a sniper. It shouldn't really drop. You should be around the 50s for the most part. Now, I'm not going to say that there's like frequent stuttering, frequent frame drops, nothing like that. But it's just something to keep note of, I guess. But still, I mean, it didn't get to 30, so that's pretty much good enough for me, in my opinion. Or 20, I'd say. 20's worse than 30. 30's alright. And now, finally, here's Battlefield 4. Honestly, I wouldn't consider this a gameplay. I was really just messing around the world. This was the training area, because like I said before, I wasn't able to get into multiplayer. I was having some issues and stuff. And this was with EA Origins, which is the worst thing I've probably ever used. I hate it. My account keeps getting hacked. The service is alright. It's not too bad, but I kind of want to just get rid of my account. And this was like more of a 48-hour thing where I could play free for 48 hours or something like that. But since a lot of people asked about this back in my other gameplay video I did, not my last one, but it was like another one before this. Unfortunately, that one got taken down, but a couple people requested it on there, so here it is. And unfortunately, I don't know the frame rates or anything on this here. I really can't give you anything at all, because a while ago, I recorded this. I think it was back in July 7th, I think this was before I upgraded to Windows 10. Because I think the free version of Windows 10 was available after, and so that's when I had all these driver problems and stuff, and I don't know if I was updated to the latest drivers. So, I mean, of course, I'm going to leave another link in the description for better gameplay than this. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm, of course, going to do a part 3 once I fix my laptop. So be sure to subscribe for that, and if you have any requests, just leave them down below. Now, what I was planning on playing was like Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas and a couple of other, open world games on this to see how it goes.